Okay, with the unit running, you will see that I reused the wood bottom plate, and it fits just fine. So there's all the electronics wired up. I did end up putting some aluminum tape around, and then some black tape around the aluminum tape on that wire, just to try to help the switches, because you get that funky screen thing going on. That seems to be helping so far. Wire tied up, a little sloppy up there. I gotta fix that. There you are. There's the wiring. So with that back in place on the cover, I'll put the screw and the nut on a little bit later. But we'll take a look here. Got the machine on. So while it's in this orientation, I'll try to show you some of the sweet stuff. So I ended up putting holes in there for the pillow blocks, all 4, so you can see them right there. Relate to the ones over there. As you can see, I reused the wood pieces that hold all of the bars in. So the 2 on the Y, and then I reused the wood for the Z. Up top, I reused the wood for the Z there on the bottom part, but then up top here I had to reuse or make and print the black pieces, because with the smaller case I had a little bit of the rod sticking out, so I needed or I wanted to cover that up. I guess I didn't need to, but I needed something with a hole in it anyway, so that cover there is because the rod actually protrudes out a little bit. So those are made, and then we'll see if we can get the Z to move here like this. So I still have my inserts because my screws are too long. So one of these days I'll get shorter screws and get that figured out. But once I get this moved up here, I want to show you. Made my little holes in the case so I could zip tie everything back up again. And then here I used the wood. Let me get some more light here. There we go. I used the wood to hold the bottom in as well. And then you'll see on each of the screws I made little spacers so I could, because we're going from 3/4 inch wood essentially to 16 gauge, so I need some kind of spacer there for everything, and so I did that. Here I didn't put the spacers for the motherboard or the circuit board. I didn't use the spacers there. I actually used them inside here so that I could line up my USB port and my reset button. So as you can tell, my reset button could be in a little better spot. Put my hole for it, so I'm going to change that. But it'll work for me. I'm not going to use the reset ever, so it'll work for me. Of course, as I say that, somebody will come out with some sweet firmware or something. But yeah, so we got the hole made for the plug, got the 2 holes for the USB and the reset, and then of course the guard. I just used the wood guard. It's fine. I don't think it needs to be metal, but it can be, I guess, later on in life. So that gives you an outlook. Basically I spot welded in all the spots. So I spot welded, and this puppy is pretty strong just by doing that. I didn't have to weld it a whole lot more. I did make holes on the side so I could put back my gantry, and that way the X cable will last longer. So yeah, give you guys a little bit of an overview before we start to print. Of course, now I got to turn back. One thing I didn't think to mention was the buttons. So as you can see, I made the holes quite large so that you can push them real nice, like, don't have to worry. The other one, the wood one, that rubbed a lot. I didn't really like that. I kept the bottom plate nice and clean, so I just dropped the LCD to the bottom, and we had plenty of room to do that. So you can see there's no hole in the bottom plate. It's nice and closed. You can also see a nice big hole for the SD card. So got a good spot there. So yeah, a few more things, and then here in a little bit you'll probably watch it print. Okay, this is the all metal frame and we're going to watch it print something. So I kept, of course I have the aluminum plate on there that I purchased, and then I have my arms on there that I just haven't painted, but I kept the Creator wood middle part, platen, build platen, whatever you want to call it. I'll do some demo afterwards to kind of show parts that I had to change and move. But yeah, we'll watch this sucker print. And this is the first print since I've put everything all together and calibrated it, so we'll see how it comes out. It might be terrible, it might be great, who knows. Well, and that's it. There she be. First one we got. Thanks for watching.